Hello students, welcome back to our classes, online classes. I hope you all are fine. You are being healthy at home. So students, we are discussing about the second chapter and we have already discussed about the part 1. In that part we have discussed about the different feeding habits or different mode of taking food of different animals. So here we are discussing about the nutrition in animals, isn't it? So today we will discuss about the human digestive system. Today we will discuss about the human digestive system. Okay. So human digestive system actually it consists of different parts. It's a very complex process, you can say, and system. Okay, it's a very complex system and it consists of different parts, and each and every part we will be discussing in this chapter. So first our topic. So today's topic is human digestive system. So before going to the human digestive system, I will tell you students, the digestion process or simply the human digestive system is consist of 5 steps. How many steps? 5 steps. So let me discuss about the first, that means the 5 steps. The first step of human digestive system or digestion simply is called as the ingestion. Ingestion means the taking of food to the mouth. Yes, now you must be thinking that yes, all the organisms are taking the food. Maybe the mode of taking of food is different because last class we have discussed. Some are having chewing, some are having sucking, some are scapping. Okay, so the mode of feeding may be different, but the purpose is same. They are taking the food into the mouth, and that process is called ingestion. Okay, the food is entering in, that means ingestion. Then second is digestion. So digestion, as we know the definition, it is the breaking down of the complex food particles into simpler form. That is the digestion, second part. The third process is absorption. So as we know about the definition of nutrition, students, there are 2 parts. First one is the mode of taking food and utilization by the body. So the why the absorption is important? Because the digested food is to be absorbed by the body. That's why it is called as the absorption. After that, the process is called assimilation. Assimilation means when the absorbed food reach to each and every cell, okay, they simply they use the food to release the energy. Okay, that's how we call as food are the sources of energy. We are getting the energy from the food. And the last process is called egestion. Egestion means the removal of the unabsorbed, undigested food. Because whatever we are eating, it doesn't mean that all the food items are being utilized, it is being absorbed by our body. It is being digested by our body. No, some parts are remaining, and which part is not absorbed, which part is not digested, that is again removed from our body. Because that process is also very important. Okay, so these are the 5 steps in which the digestion process completes. So now one by one, all the parts we will discuss about the human digestive system. So I will just tell you students one term that is called alimentary canal. The alimentary canal, it starts from mouth, it ends with anus. So it's a long process, a long tube which starts from mouth, it ends with anus. So the human alimentary canal consists of first the mouth or the buccal cavity. Inside the mouth we are having one cavity that is called the buccal cavity. B-U-C-C-A-L, buccal cavity. Okay, about all the parts also we will see. After that we are having the food pipe. We are having the food pipe, or is also called as esophagus or esophagus. After that, stomach. After that, after stomach we are having the small intestine. In small intestine again some other features are also, other organs are also attached. That is the liver, the gallbladder and pancreas. And after that the large intestine. And the last one, the opening is called as the anus. So these are the parts of the human alimentary canal. So first we will be heading towards the mouth. First we will see about the mouth or the buccal cavity. The buccal cavity consists of again 3 parts. First one is the tongue, second one is the teeth, and the third one is the salivary gland. So first we will discuss about tongue. As we know that it is a very, it is a muscular organ. It is the strongest muscles in our body, and the movement, the free movement of the tongue help us to say something. When our voice is very clear, that means it is due to the free movement of the tongue. If some persons, you must have seen, their voices are not very clear, like we are calling it totla. Okay, that means the free movement of the tongue is not possible in those cases. Okay, so besides this talking, helps in talking. Okay, the tongue also have the taste buds. Okay, there are some taste buds in our tongue, for which reason we can easily feel the taste. Okay, and you know that tongue is one of our sense organs, isn't it? And the third function, important function it does is, it mixes the food. Okay, it mixes the food with the saliva. What is saliva? That I will be discussing, later on I will discuss. So this is the function of the tongue. Next I will go for the teeth. Teeth, that is, you can say the teeth are the physical scissors of the food. Because when we take a bite of apple, okay, after that our teeth, they just do hard labor and they just break down into small pieces, isn't it? And the different types of teeth are also present in our mouth, buccal cavity. There are 4 types of teeth: incisor, canine, premolars and molars. 4 types of teeth are there in our buccal cavity. And in human beings, throughout our life cycle, we can experience 2 set of teeth. One is milk teeth and second one is the permanent teeth. Okay, so as we know that the total number of milk teeth is 20 and the total number of permanent teeth are, that is 32. Okay, in upper jaw 16, lower jaw 16, and in milk teeth upper jaw 10, lower jaw 10. So this is about the teeth. So different types of teeth are present and also they are having different function. And the function are fully depending upon the structure also. If you will see the structure of the teeth, the incisors are called as the biting teeth because we help in the biting. They help in biting. When you take a bite of an apple, we use this first. These incisors, the front one. Okay, so the front one is the front teeth are called the incisors and they help in the biting. The second one is the canine. Canines are they're called tearing teeth because when we eat fish or flesh, we tear. Mostly the carnivores have the sharp tearing teeth, that is the canines. The third one is the premolars. Premolars and molars are actually called as the, you can say the grinding teeth because they crush the food. Okay, so this is about the teeth. Different teeth, they have different functions. And finally, the food is the food is partially digested in the buccal cavity. Then the third one, okay, the third is the salivary gland because the salivary glands, actually 3 salivary glands are present in our buccal cavity. They secrete the saliva. Okay, that's a fluid that's secreted from the salivary gland and it contains some enzymes. So what are enzymes, students? Enzymes are, you can say, they are the biocatalyst. Okay, they are some chemicals or they are some proteins which help in the, they enhance the process because digestion is also a process. So they regulate the process. So they have 2 functions. Either they can increase the rate of the reaction or they can decrease the rate of reaction. So the salivary amylase is the enzyme which is secreted from the saliva and the tongue helps the food to mix with the saliva.